Welcome back to Borderlands 3. In this video I want to talk to you about a new mode coming in and also some of the best and a couple of new gameplay features that I've found. When it comes to gameplay and stuff of this game, I apologise that it might be repetitive, it might not be up to par with, like, I know a lot of people when IGN are playing a game, loads of people complain and say, has this guy ever touched a controller or whatever. But this isn't my gameplay. I always credit the source in the description. And also because I've not actually had hands-on with the game, I've not attended any of the events for it or anything like that. I'm literally just doing some research, finding out some of the things, and then passing the information on to you guys, because I know a lot of you, and myself included, are super hyped for the release of this, which is just over 2 months. So we'll go through the game mode first, and it's not really a game mode, it's just something you can do between friends. It's basically dueling. It's a 1v1v1v1. And if you're jealous of your mate's new gun, they're like, oh, I've just found this amazing gun. You're like, oh, I don't care, my gun's better. Then you can settle it by shooting each other. And not only that, if your friend wants to prove that he's dealing 25 million damage or something stupid, then you can take the hits and you can feel what the enemies are feeling. So I think this might be quite cool, but it's going to be one of them things that probably gets boring very quick. Like, you'll 1v1... Like, say it's just you and one friend, you'll do a little 1v1 duel, and then after a while, it will be like, well, I want to crack on with the campaign, there's no reward for doing this or anything, unless you want to troll your friend and just spam 1v1s and just have fun with it, I don't know. But we have a dueling mode, which is available even in a group of 4, as like a free-for-all type thing, so that you can just mess around and kill each other. Then the first of the new features, this is from a separate website. I've got a massive list of some of the best features, and I've read through them myself first, just to give my, get myself an opinion about it, really. And I'm going to have to say with this website that I found this list on, I pretty much agree 100% with what they're saying are the best features. So the first thing, because we have DSO Gaming, which is the darksideofgaming.com, and then we have comicbook.com. They'll both be linked in the description. The dueling game mode and this first feature we're going to speak about are from comicbook.com, and then the rest of it is from DSO. So this feature that's on Comic Book is pinging. We've seen it in Apex Legends, it's now in Fortnite, like Battle Royale games do it, so that you can help out your team. You can basically use this feature so that you can ping enemies, stashes, I don't know, like different types of loot. And obviously we have the instance looting coming into Borderlands 3, so I don't know how it would work with loot if you've got separate loot on. But then Borderlands, if you're playing the classic experience, it's a first come first served, like whoever grabs the loot. Then it's nice to have this pinging feature, especially if you're playing with people you don't know. Like if you've done a random LFG or something like that, you don't necessarily have to have a mic, and it just makes that communication a little bit easier to say like, oh, there's a stash over here or something like that. So we have a pinging feature coming into Borderlands 3. And now we're done with comicbook.com, dsogaming.com. This is the list of the gameplay features, and I knew a lot of them, but there are some in there that I didn't have a clue, and obviously because I'm so excited for the game, I'm going to be researching and then also letting you guys know everything that I know about the game. So starting at the very top of the list, most guns have alternate firing modes. We know this from the gameplay reveal, it looks incredible, and also the people that got to play after the event where they revealed it, I've seen, I think it's like an AK sort of gun, but it starts off as being a free shot. And I don't mean like a 3-round burst, I mean when you fire it, it releases 3 bullets at the same time, and they do like a horizontal spread. When you switch up the firing mode on that, it goes from 3 shots to 7. So you have a really wide angle on where you can hit enemies when you're using this weapon. And then you've also got things like a pistol, I think it can turn into like a mini rocket launcher or something like that. There's some crazy firing modes out there. And obviously there's a hell of a lot more to come than what we've already seen. Guns are now going to have item scores so that you can pick the best quickly. So similar to other games, I think this is how this is going to work. We're going to have like a gear score. So if you find, I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but let's just say you find a 25 weapon and then you find a 30, you're going to have a rough idea of which gun is better. So you take the 30, it's got better stats, blah blah blah. But basically there's going to be an item score now so that it can help us pick the best weapons quicker. Action skills can be customized with augments, so we can now augment our action skills and do loads of different things with that. Cover is now destructible, so pretty much if there's an enemy behind cover, lob a grenade and some of it's going to blow up, or you can shoot bullets through concrete and crazy shit like that. We're going to see a lot of crazy stuff in this game. You can chuck elemental barrels around, so if you find a poisonous barrel, you can literally pick it up, throw it at one of the enemy's faces, and just burn them, or at least deal poison and damage, and then just put bullets into their head and just kill them. Radiation damage replaces slag damage, I don't know too much about that. There's going to be no additional Vault Hunters post-launch. Both major and background NPCs can revive you in battle, so similar to what they did with Division 2, when you're taking over a control point, the NPCs can come and revive you, which I think in some situations is going to be very helpful. Vault Hunters have much more customization, so they're adding a lot more of that into it. Loot instancing and level scaling can be turned off for those who prefer the classic Borderlands co-op experience. We've already spoken about that one. The weapons are going to be scaled and stuff now, so that if you're a level 5 and your friend's level 25, it's going to be more of a... There's not going to be such an advantage over being a much higher level than your friends. They're going to try and scale it so that it's fair, so that if you're jumping in with someone 20 levels ahead of you, you can actually still deal damage and feel a part of it. Because I remember Borderlands 2, I'm like level 24 or whatever, and I jump in with, I think Con was like level 40 or something at the time. I literally can't remember the levels, but there was quite a big gap. He was dropping all the enemies, and I was dealing like 1 damage per shot, or 3 damage per shot. So that is going to be pretty cool. Borderlands 3 features a day and night cycle for each planet, with different lighting and effects to make each world feel alien. So basically we're getting a day-night cycle in all the different planets. Borderlands 3 features more boss fights than any previous game in the series and will be the biggest game ever for this franchise. I've spoken about the game being the biggest, like their most ambitious game so far, and there's going to be a hell of a lot of boss fights. One thing I am so glad they did was keep the little intro screen that all the bosses get. I love that with Borderlands 2. I can't wait to see it with the different bosses in Borderlands 3. Big bosses are going to have multiple stages during their encounters, so it's not just like deal 25 million damage to this boss. You're going to have different phases of dealing damage eventually to the point where you kill the boss. Crew challenges are like quest collectibles. Troy and Tyrene, the baddies in the game, are actually based off social media influencers. Players use their ship, which is the Sanctuary 3, to travel to different planets, and I know a lot of people are unsure if having different planets is going to be good. But I think expanding beyond one planet and having multiple kind of shows you what they've done to the game and how big it's going to be. And at the same time, it's not going to change how we play the game, but it's going to change how we feel when we play the game, because there's going to be different environments and we're not just always locked to seeing the typical wasteland that we do in a lot of these games. Sanctuary 3 is going to be a customizable hub, world and home base that houses characters like Mad Moxie, so Moxie's bar and everything like that. From Sanctuary 3, you can open gold key chests, you can buy storage deck upgrades, you can gamble, interact with characters, purchase wares, and travel to new planets. So that's basically just saying Sanctuary 3 is going to be the new world hub where everything happens, and you basically go out and select what you're going to be doing from there. This is probably one of the best features I think has come into this game. Sanctuary 3 has a lost loot machine that stores the guns you lose. So if you're fighting baddies on a cliff, you kill a baddie, a legendary weapon drops and it goes down the side of a cliff. You no longer have to panic about that gun being lost. Go back to Sanctuary 3, you're able to go and get that gun from the lost loot machine. We have a new doctor in Sanctuary 3, it's not Dr. Z anymore. Then the beasts you kill get mounted on Hammerlock's wall. You have your own customizable quarters, so where you would stay in Sanctuary 3, you can customize all of that. Vehicles are way more customizable. You can steal enemy vehicles and take them to Ellie, so that you can scan them in to catch a ride. You can have multiple active abilities per character. At vending machines, you can hit one button to instantly refill your ammo, so they've made it easier to stock up on ammo when you visit a vending machine in the game. There's offline play, so you don't have to play online, you don't have to play with friends, you can play it all solo. Fast travel can be used to travel between points on planets and to other planets that players have already visited. So if you're at let's just say you go to a different planet, you're on the north side of it, but you have a mission down on the south, head to a fast travel point and it should make that a little bit quicker. Players can use quick change stations to customize head skins, colors, emotes, echo skins, and respec their character's skill tree. Players can slide while sprinting and mantle ledges to reach elevated surfaces, so we might be able to get better vantage point for sniping and stuff like that. The game retains the Borderlands cel-shaded art style, but is now run on Unreal Engine 4, so there's a different game engine behind it. The game purportedly, which basically means it's alleged, is not 100% true, but it possibly features gore and dismemberment, which was similar to what was seen in the first Borderlands game. Borderlands 3 will be rife with Easter eggs, so they're going to be very widespread. There's going to be a lot of Easter eggs. I'm hoping there's going to be some crazy weapons and stuff that we can find through those. Obviously, I don't know the extent of them. Then we have each Vault Hunter has 3 action skills to choose from, starting at level 3. So Borderlands 2 we had the turret. Borderlands 3 we're going to have 3 different ones that we can choose from, so there's different abilities and action skills and stuff that your characters can use. And last but not least, passive skills, augments and modifiers can also be gained further in the skill tree. So we can get different modifiers and stuff and passive skills and everything, literally just by leveling up, getting points and spending them on the skill tree. So that video was way longer than I wanted it to be. And again, I'm just literally searching through the internet, seeing what I can find because I haven't had hands on yet. But as always, I will credit the sources in the description so that if you guys want to read into it further, or you want to watch the full gameplay to what I've taken footage from, then there will always be links in the description. But that's going to do it for now. I'm going to be keeping my eyes out for some new news regarding the game, because they're keeping a lot of stuff secret, which is amazing. But as I said, we have just over 2 months until the game's released. I cannot wait. 13th of September. But that's going to do it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. Thank you for watching.